Hi, Mike here. You're watching Yukon Scout Restoration. In this video, I will assemble the steering box from my 1966 Scout 800 using good used parts and one new seal. This is not a how-to video. It's a how I do video. I hope you like it. Let's get to work. If you want to help, please subscribe to Yukon Scout Restoration. It's free. Mike Morrow, over and out. So now I'm ready to assemble my steering box. I will use a few pieces from the other ones if they're in better condition, but basically I've got what I need. The first thing I'm going to do is inspect and lubricate the cam bearings. I've already removed the snap ring on this end. This is the race here. Which is in excellent condition. If I spin the balls, I can see that they have no flat spots, no pitting, no wear, undue wear. So I just put a little bit of synthetic grease just to give it a little help. Just a little bit of film. This snap ring retains the outer bearing race. Now I'm at the other end of the cam, removing the snap ring and the bearing race, inspecting the bearing, lubricating the bearing, replacing the race, and replacing the snap ring. Before installing the tube, which is what I keep referring to as the worm, this whole thing, when it's new, is copper coated. And normally, this copper coating just wears off. So I just like to gently clean it up with some crocus cloth. There. Now I will install the tube. Before I install the tube, I will just very lightly lubricate with some synthetic gear oil. Just a little bit on there. It's very gently, like that. There it is in there, turning freely. Just a drop of gear oil on here. For the first try, I'm going to start out with the original shims that were on here, on this cover. I've thoroughly cleaned them. So I'm just going to gently slide this on there. What we're after is a slight drag. Okay. I think that's too tight. It's a little bit more than a slight drag. So I'm going to add a very thin shim. Adding a 1 thou shim. Torquing to 30 foot-pounds. No, not enough. So I just put in one more shim. After many tries, I finally got what I want, a slight drag. That's after torquing these to 30 foot-pounds. And I have a very slight drag. I'm installing the new seal in the bottom of the casing for the lever shaft. I'm putting a very thin coating, Permatex aviation former gasket. There. It's just a little less than flush. Now we'll put a little bit of gear oil. In order to inspect the bearings on the lever shaft stud, I must first bend back the tangs on the lock. Now I can easily remove the nut. Nut, lock tab, and flat washer. Note that there are 13 individual tapered roller bearings. The outer race is in excellent condition. The tapered bearings and inner race are also in excellent condition. I'm holding the lever shaft stud up while I install the bearings. Flat washer, lock plate, and nut. What we're after here is a slight drag. Locking the nut. Before I install the lever shaft, I like to clean it up a little bit with this Concourse cloth, just where the bushing rides. That's really nice. Just lubricate it a bit. The lever shaft stud is just perfect. It has a very slight drag, turning very smoothly. Doesn't have much wear on it. The whole idea is just to have enough preload so there's no end play on it. And that's what that very slight drag is. So the next step is to install the seat, spring, washer. Now I'm going to gently, very carefully lower the lever shaft. You can see how nice and tight that is, and try to wiggle it. Now we have to get through the seal. So go all the way this way. All the way this way. All the way back again. There's no binds. We want this in the mid position, like that. I'm ready to install the cover. Note that the adjusting screw here is not damaged. It's nice and smooth. If it was damaged, we'd have to make it smooth. This one, this cover has a good gasket, and this cover, it's identical to the original cover, but it also has the filler plug is vented. And the original one, the filler plug was not vented, which may have contributed to it losing oil. So I'll just apply a very thin coating of Permatex aviation former gasket. Before installing the cover, it's a lot easier to put the oil in first. I think that's enough for now. So I want this in the middle position. Okay, I've started 2 bolts for alignment purposes. And I'm just going to make sure this pushes down. I'm backing off the adjustment screw all the way. Everything went down nicely. With no binds. Okay, they're just very lightly snugged. I'm turning the cam all the way to the left and all the way to the right. No binds. 30 foot-pounds. So I'm just counting turns here to find the mid position. So I'll make it almost 12 half turns. So I'll go back 6 half turns. So now the pitman arm is back on, and you can see the mark is lined up with the H, and you can see my center punch mark also. So now all I have to do is put the nut on. Lock washer, nut. So there's a little bit too much backlash at the pitman arm. So I'm adjusting, I'm turning the screw in until, okay, the backlash is gone. But that's probably too tight. So I'll cycle it through. If I go like this, yeah, see, where it's straight now, it's tight. That would be going straight down the road, and it's gone a little tight because the grooves in the worm get wider towards the end. And the middle, where it runs all the time, it's the tightest. That's a bind, see, we don't want to bind. So back that off a little bit, like that. And now I have just a little backlash. If I cycle through here, it's tight there. See, you don't want it to be tight there. So back it off a little more. All the way that way. There we are, straight ahead. And it's smooth all the way. There's backlash, a little bit backlash. Now, tighten that up just a hair. And so in the center, midpoint, it's called midpoint. You see, midpoint is right there. So I can tighten that up a little bit more because it's not binding. Midpoint. It's here. It's midpoint. And all the way that way. And all the way this way. And then back to midpoint. So we can tighten it just a hair more. Now, you see? Right there. Watch this. Just loosen it off a little bit. Look, the pliers turn by themselves. Now, it's smooth all the way. Wow, that's great. There's almost, you almost can't see the backlash. It's just perfect. There's a big screwdriver. Tighten this without letting the screw turn at all. There. Now. That's just perfect. It's smooth. There's no bind at midpoint. And of course you're going to have more backlash. See, look, you have just not even a thousandth of an inch backlash. But if I go all the way to here, I have a lot of backlash because that's the end. It doesn't matter at the end. It matters at midpoint. It's just very minimal backlash. No backlash at all is not a good thing either. Now, let's check that again. That's just perfect. In conclusion, now I have a really good steering box. My next video will be the first in my engine rebuild series. I hope you like it. If you want to help, please subscribe to Yukon Scout Restoration. It's free. Mike Morrow, over and out.